Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Makah HaKodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders, great millstone, who rule well and taught me this truth. Peace, blessings, salutations, and mercies to the elect and the one-third remnant after listening and doing this word with all faith and sincerity scattered amongst the nations and the four corners of the earth. To you, I say shalom, Lord willing, this video is edifying. It's going to be sitting around an article that I got by Outside Lines.substat.com. It's entitled, "The U.S. Will Lose Its World Reserve Currency Status." The U.S. dollar is on life support and there is no way around it. And starting with the apostles and elders of Great Millstone on down, we've been warning you of these days being ahead, and they're here pretty much. Now you see in the media a lot more than you used to about an economic crash of some sort, about the dollar losing its value, all right? And pretty soon it's going to actually happen, And when it does, it's going to be a day like no other, all right? So we're going to get into the article. For probably anyone reading this article, there has only been one world reserve currency in their lifetime, the U.S. dollar. Technically, it's a Federal Reserve note, or FRN, which means it's monopoly money, because it's basically just a note, saying that you have a certain amount of money, but it's not actually backed by anything. It's not actually worth anything, That's why it's so volatile, all right? But it was designed to be that way, ultimately for the purposes of conditioning people to the idea of a fake currency, because the CBDC is going to be similar, but the only thing is that it's not going to have a physical presence, for lack of better words. It's all going to be digital, and whether they back that by gold or silver, we'll see. They probably will, because no currency has ever not been backed by gold or silver when it comes to its introduction into the monetary system. Has never been not backed by gold or silver. But the point is that the dollar isn't. It's backed by oil, and oil prices, or people are trading different things outside of the dollar, and that's what gives it its value. Really, is the fact that people use it. All right, they use it before out of fear of the U.S. And its allies, but now people aren't afraid, so they're starting to open up, their acceptance of currencies, right? But we'll save technicalities for another day, and there have been 5 others officially recognized. Prior to it, we would examine a brief history of these currencies and their downfall and how they pertain to our lives today. For sake of space and time, or for sake of space and clarity for readers, I have grossly simplified the highly nuanced content around this subject so that anyone, regardless of their knowledge of monetary systems, can understand the big picture. What is a world reserve currency? A foreign currency or precious metal that is held in large quantities. It may be held by a country's government, central bank, or other monetary authority. It is used for participating in a global economy See, because everything is interconnected now, everything has been globalized. Okay, so that's why in China they using U.S. dollars to trade with, you know, with Libya, for example, right? If you want to make a purchase, you know, is mostly used in a dollar denominated form, and that's what gives the U.S. Dollar its superiority. But guess what? That's coming to an end. Okay, you got countries like major key allies like Saudi Arabia beginning to accept other other currencies to trade oil, and that is a dagger to the American dollar, man. Okay, and the moment these things are realized is the day that America turns into a fourth world country. Okay, this is gonna be it's gonna turn back into, you know, the post revolutionary days, right? Pre-revolutionary days, man. Okay, with muskets and shit. You know, it's going back in time, man. Okay. In general, a reserve currency is one that has the depth and liquidity to allow for a reliable, efficient international transaction, can freely and easily exchange for currencies. It is held by many monetary authorities and institutions in significant amounts, but everyone's beginning to drop the dollar. So when you hear that term, now you know what it means. It means that these other monetary authorities and institutions are beginning to change their monetary policy, right? Which is bad for, it means death, doom for the American dollar. Okay. And if you want more in that article, I'm not trying to make this video too long. So you want more, you know, Lord will, I put it in the description. But this is Zephaniah 1 and 10. And it shall come to pass in that day, saith Yahweh Shemawashah, that there shall be a noise of a cry from the fish gate, and a howling from the second, and a great crashing from the hill. Because, you know, when the markets are going to go absolutely berserk. Okay. These places like the fish gate, they're ancient world places of trade. And what's the modern place of trade? The stock market, right? That's where all exchanges go down at, right? Well, the Lord said that it's going to be a great crash coming from these stock markets, man. Everything is going to zero, including the dollar, Bitcoin. All of that is going to zero. You know, precious metals are going to skyrocket. You know, tangible things are going to be worth more. But as far as currency, those banknotes are going to mean absolutely nothing. Okay, that's how he's going to be able to usher in his new agenda, right? The new order, which would be the CBDCs, right? That'll have to be implanted inside of you. How ye inhabitants of Maktish, for all the merchant people are cut down, all they that bear silver are cut off. See, that's what's happening. Okay, that great cutoff, that great breakdown is looming. All right, and the world knows it. Everybody can see it except you Americans, right? And unfortunate for you, whether you believe it or not, is gonna happen. Okay, because everyone's starting to see that this whole thing is a scam. Okay, this is Nahum 3 and 4, because of the multitude of whoredoms of the well-favored harlot. See, well-favored is, the American way has been the standard for the world for a good amount of time now. Okay, for a good amount of time now, America has been, pushed as, what society should be like, and all the way to the point of the way that is bank institutions are set up. Okay, the money people use, man, the American dollar is supreme. Okay, and guess what? It's worth nothing. All right, it's sorcery. Okay, you got people killing, you know, killing for these FRNs, man, that are going to be worth nothing in a blink of an eye. The mistress of witchcrafts that selleth nations through her whoredoms, right? They entangle them with debt, make them buy bonds, right? Make them buy dollars, some shit that they just print, some shit a nigga press a button and 1.2 trillion is just there, right? But that's how they entangle these nations, you know, in their traps, man. And they do it and they're able to control them. Okay, if they don't want to go down with it, then they send their economic hitmen, right? That selleth nations through her whoredoms and families through her witchcrafts. Behold, I am against thee, saith Yahweh Shemel Shah of hosts. I will discover thy skirts upon thy face, and I will show the nations thy nakedness and the kingdoms thy shame. See? And all of that's going to happen when these nations decide to hit you where it really hurt, in your pockets. Okay, America is the richest country to ever exist. Richest nation to ever exist, man. Okay, no one had the reach that America has as far as empirically, right? So it's going to be a big, dramatic fall, okay? And the world is going to see it. And all, you know, the people in this place that are proud, okay, they gonna be in for a rude awakening, man. Because you got Americans who think that their life is just, you know, the best. Like nothing can be better than America, okay? When they don't know that the only thing that holds this place together is this status, this status that it has, okay, as the world reserve currency. But outside of that, man, America's wealth is nothing. Okay, it's not real. It's fabricated. Okay, and these nations are catching on to it. That's why you see different pushes and moves for these nations to get rid of America's chokehold on the world, right? Isaiah 33, woe to thee that spoilest, and thou wast not spoiled, and dealest treacherously, and they dealt not treacherously with thee. See, because you got these nations who actually participate in this scheme, right? Thinking that they'll be benefited. But as soon as you piss off an American diplomat of some sort, they hitting you with sanctions, right? they putting holds on certain payments, you know, to the point taking you out of the system. Look what they did to Russia. Took them off the SWIFT system. Completely tried to destroy them, all over what? Because they didn't like something they did. These nations took note of that. You know how many things America do that other nations don't like? But no one has the authority or the power to make the moves that America can. Okay, and these nations are tired of it. They see it and they know that, you know, they're starting to realize it's not right. Okay, and they think and they know that they could do better without America. Okay? When thou hast ceased to spoil, thou shalt be spoiled, and when thou shalt make an end to deal treacherously, they shall deal treacherously with thee. I mean, even with America's own allies, they destroyed their own allies' pipeline, all because of what? Right? Because they didn't want them to do business that would be better for them, for their country, right? It wouldn't benefit America for Germany to do business with Russia. So they took it out, right? You don't think that these other nations are looking at that and they see that there is no length that America is not willing to go to, you know, to protect its interests, okay, at the cost of you. It's willing to sacrifice you to save it, okay? And that's a dangerous combination with a nation with so much power, okay? But guess what? These nations are going to come together against you, all right? They're going to come for you. That's why the scriptures say, every hand shall be upon her, right? Because all of these nations, including your allies, are going to turn on you and shoot missiles on you. Everyone's going to stop using the dollar. It just won't be China and Russia and Saudi Arabia. No. Europe is going to stop using the dollar. Shit, America going to stop. America going to stop using the dollar, man. Micah 2, woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it because it is in the power of their hand. And that's what they do. Just because they can do it, man. Niggas put sanctions on, individuals, take you off the map, man. Okay, all because you spoke wrong, right? Look what they did to Ye. Remember Ye, man. But they got that power, not just on the individual basis, but on the global basis, on the national front. They got the same ability to do that. They did it to Russia, man. And Russia's a pretty prestigious nation. Okay, a pretty strong people, right? And they did it to them. So there's no length that they are not willing to go. And they cover fields and take them by violence, and houses and take them away. So they oppress a man and his house, even a man and his heritage. See? And that's all America's done and caused oppression. Constant oppression, right? Upon the whole world, upon the whole earth, man. Through a myriad of different ways, man. I mean, we could sit here and talk until Yahushua makes his return about all the evil and wickedness that's been done through this bitch, okay? We could sit here and talk for days, man, and still won't have, wouldn't have finished, okay, all the different deeds in which is done. That's why, it's out. The blood is out for America, man. Therefore, thus saith Yahweh Shemel Shah, behold, against this family do I devise an evil, from which ye shall not remove your necks, neither shall ye go haughtily, for this is evil, or for this time is evil. And the time is evil for America, okay, and for you Edomites, okay, because you're the family in power at this time, man, okay, and the Lord has devised a great evil against you, okay, and he's gonna use your own hand to do it. He's gonna use you to bring the evil upon yourself. And with that, nigga, all praise and the glory to Yahweh, Shemel Shabbat, Shem Rakakudash, Wa Abba Babal, and DTA.